Yo, 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 what up, what up? Welcome to the Knect Lab. My name is Therry Nguyen, and here is a space to reflect on how we relate, connect, and influence one another.
Yeah, because here we explore human relationships with curiosity, clarity, and intention. Because sometimes understanding others is the beginning of understanding ourselves. So, how are you, my friend?
I'm good, I'm great. It's been a beautiful day, sunny outside,
I know,
and
right? Finally, we were waiting for a while.
I know it was raining the whole week, but today was very beautiful. It was a nice change of weather.
Oh, amazing, bro. Yeah. And I'm very excited because today, finally, we're having the chance to start with this project. I think it's something amazing to do. I'm so glad that you're here with us today. Thank you
Yeah,
so much.
I'm.
Thank you guys for listening.
Thank you. I'm pleased and honored to be here. To be able to sit across soon to be superstar author and be part of this journey with you. I'm very honored. Thank
Oh,
you.
thank you, my friend. So let's get started with this. Today we're gonna start with a huge topic, a very strong topic to be with, and is why we don't feel heard.
Mhm.
And I think it's a topic that sometimes we don't put too much attention with. But the main thing is the people usually feel that they are not listening
Mhm.
several most of the time. Have it happened to you before that you don't feel here listening when you're trying to communicate something?
Yes, many times. In work, in school, in day-to-day life, sometime in relationship with friends and even family, it can happen. And yeah, it's not always nice to be unheard and to feel ignored, but it's part of life.
I think so.
You know.
Yeah. Yeah, I think everybody wants to be here,
Hmm.
but feeling ignored is deeply uncomfortable.
I know,
So
I know. It is not just uncomfortable for me. It's more serious than that. Even it can make people feel less than. It can make people feel unimportant,
certainly.
and those are very negative feelings that anyone can have.
Did it happen something to you in the past that might make you feel like that?
Yeah. And it in fact happened to me for many years. With my parents' busy schedule, I often and my brothers who went abroad at a young age, so I was left alone a lot of the time, and yeah, I felt very unheard because I voiced my desire to spend more time with them, but they couldn't. Now, as a grown up, as an adult, I fully understand because of how their busy schedule gonna affect their emotion, their mood in general. Like as the listener and the audience know very well that if you come home from a long day at work, all you want to do is just sit back and relax and play with your phone, or maybe just sleep, right? But that is a perspective of an adult. But as the kid inside me, still feel very sad about that experience.
I know I feel what you mean, and
Hmm.
I'm sorry that you had to pass through those things. I think to know me here is a huge thing. It's a huge deal
Hmm.
to treat with. Several times when we're trying to communicate with others and we realize that they are not communicating or they don't hear what we're saying,
Hmm.
it breaks the relationship, start
Hmm.
to hurt the relationship in a deep
Absolutely.
way. And in consequence, eventually that people that you were bonding and connecting in the beginning, they just disappear. They just start to put distance from you or vice versa. So
Yeah.
uh why do you think feeling ignored affects us deeply?
Well, it affects us deeply because it doesn't just speak about the emotion. It also speak about our sense of identity. And I don't mean this for everyone. Everyone has their own way of shaping their own identity and finding their own path in life. But personally, it creates a deep sense of sadness in me for a very long time when I was growing up and feeling unheard and ignored by my parents. And because of that, long exposure to the loneliness, it actually shaped my early adult outlook in life. So and in turn, it shaped my identity for a while. until I decided to reach out and actually voice my desire and try to be understood. Try to get them to understand my perspective and not just their perspective. Right.
Yeah,
It was a hard battle, but now me and my parents are closer than ever.
you already healed the situation with them.
Yes, yes, yes.
Amazing. That's very
There
important
there
to
were
do.
a lot of fights and there were a lot of yelling and arguments, but I believe now, since I've heard their stories, I've witnessed their story, and they have heard mine, I believe that we are closer than ever.
Yeah, I think once you understand the background and the experience that they had in the past,
Mm-hmm.
you start to comprehend that maybe the attitude, the mood, or the way they try to teach you and make you grow up was using based on what they knew
Mm-hmm.
and they were capable. Because there is no manual that tells us how to be a good dad or how to be a perfect dad.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And yeah, of course, we're gonna as parents we're gonna make mistakes, right?
I know, I know, I
So
know.
the fact that you had the willing to understand it, to empathize with them and
Mm-hmm.
comprehend why they were like they were,
Mm-hmm.
that makes you a way better person. In
Oh, thank
fact,
you.
yeah,
Thank
man,
you.
that's impressive.
So, how about you? What does being heard actually mean for you?
Oof, that's a good question. To be here is the faculty to put authentic intention and
Mm-hmm.
presence in yourself to be with somebody, to be really present at the moment to be with somebody. For example, if you're talking to me, I won't be going away in my mind thinking about what am I gonna have for dinner or what did I do yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, no, it's about to be present with you right now in
Mm-hmm.
this moment, paying completely attention on what you're communicating to me, what you're sharing with me.
Mm-hmm.
Because even if for me some parts of the topic are not important or no, they are not part of what I care,
Mm-hmm.
the fact that you're sharing with me, it
Mm-hmm.
means that they are valuable for
Mm-hmm.
you.
That's true.
And of course, if I want to understand you better, if I want to have a proper and deep connection with you, a good bond with you, it's important to pay attention to those details
Mm-hmm.
because are part of you. Because for you it's important.
Mm-hmm.
And when you listen to somebody else, when you hear authentically to somebody,
Mm-hmm.
you're telling to that person that for you he's important,
Mm-hmm.
you care,
Mm-hmm.
and you can see him or see her.
I understand.
And
That's very
that's
interesting.
yeah, and that's very necessary at the moment to create authentic bonds and connections with the others.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think?
I agree with you, but there was one point that stood out for me.
What is it?
You highlight the idea of being present, being in the moment.
Yes.
Can you tell the audience what does it mean for you to be present and in the moment?
Well, to be in the present,
Mm-hmm.
it's about to authentically be paying attention in what's going on right now.
Mm-hmm.
Is to completely be aware of where are you, what you're doing, and
Mm-hmm.
what the others are doing right now.
Mm-hmm.
Because sometimes you can say, "Hey, pay attention. You're missing what is happening," and you can see around and say, "Nothing is happening." But actually, every time something is happening, even if it's small, like a little dust going around, your cats playing around,
Mm-hmm.
or what you're saying,
Mm-hmm.
what you're doing, your
Mm-hmm.
movements,
Mm-hmm.
every little detail in the present is valuable.
Mm-hmm.
To be in the present is be aware of what is exactly going on in this moment. There is a philosophical phrase that actually is I learned it in a movie
Mm-hmm.
that say yesterday is history, tomorrow is a mystery,
Oh,
but today that's a gift. That's
that's
why we call present.
that's from Kung Fu Panda.
Indeed. And
I love
that
that.
yeah, when I hear that long time ago when
Uh-huh.
it came out the movie and I hear that phrase,
Uh-huh.
it blows my mind because it's so authentically true.
That's true.
Yeah, it's the reality because sometimes we're thinking too much in what happened, we're thinking in what's going to happen, and you lose the focus in the what really matters, that is
Uh-huh.
right now.
Uh-huh.
So that's what I mean when you have to be present at the moment to listen to somebody because you're expressing me something in this moment. It won't happen again.
Oh yeah.
It won't we won't hear these words again. And if I hear it again, it will be in a different way, in a different tone, in a different perspective.
Mm-hmm.
It's never gonna be the same.
Mm-hmm.
So if you pay attention to this moment, you won't miss the opportunity to understand and comprehend what the other person is trying to express to you.
I understand.
So I think that's what it means to be authentically here.
So I do have a question regarding that. For some people, sometimes they don't mean to be not paying attention. Sometimes they are really busy with something else
Yeah, that's true.
at a certain point in time, and no fault to the person that they are talking to. But sometimes, for example, I can take this example. For example, I'm talking with you, right?
Hola.
Hola, ¿cómo estás?
Bien, bien.
Bien. But before we met, right? Maybe there was a text about some accident going on with a member of my family, and for that entire time, we are playing Imagine scenario right now. For that entire time, I want to be distracted by that news. So how can you help someone like me in that position to learn how to stay in the present?
Okay, that's required too much discipline and about to be able in present. As you know, I have DHD, for example. So for me,
I understand.
to be able to pay attention to something is a huge challenge. Could be a huge challenge. When I was young in the school, it was hard for me to be focused. All the time, I was dispersed, thinking in five things at the same time.
That's true.
And several times when I'm talking to somebody, when I in the past, even now, sometimes it happens to me.
Mm-hmm.
My mind starts to fly to something else because my mind works like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I can tell you by experience that it could be a challenge to be in the present.
Mm-hmm.
However, you can learn to be more in the moment when you really practice the habit to meditation.
Mm-hmm.
The meditation is something really good.
Mm-hmm.
It helps you to be focused authentically in this moment.
Mm-hmm.
But it could be kind of hard, that kind of discipline. So if you want to try to practice it more, a good method to be able to understand or be more focused listening to somebody, for example,
Mm-hmm.
is repeating what the other person is saying during the conversation. Like, for example, you're saying, "Oh, yes, I like the cheese." And say, "Oh, the cheese." And you say, "Yeah, I like the cheese. I think it's fabulous." Ah, I see. Yeah, it's fabulous. And you're making affirmations of what they're saying.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good technique. If you have struggling to be able to pay attention what the others are saying,
Mm-hmm.
especially when you have another things to be focused, but you want to authentically be present with this person,
Mm-hmm.
that's a good way to be repeating, not copying, just repeating what they're saying in an affirmation way. That helps you to keep recording what is going on and be present in this moment, to be completely focused.
That's very interesting. So not too long ago, I read a book by this former special agent of the FBI. I cannot remember the title, but it says that in order to build trust, mirroring is one of the key things.
That's a good point, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, indeed. And to be mirroring, not just help you to remember what is going on and be in the present.
Mm-hmm.
It's also a good key to be empathetic with the other,
Mm-hmm.
to let them know that you're present authentically.
Mm-hmm.
It's part of the skill to make feel the other heard.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a good way to connect with the person.
Mm-hmm.
Certainly. Oh, that's a good one. It's a good one, man.
Thank you, thank you.
Yeah, it would be nice that you can remember the name of the book.
Actually, I can. I have the book right here. You
Oh
want me
yeah?
to bring it out?
Yeah, check it out. Check it
Yeah,
out.
yeah.
Oh,
I'll
The
be back.
Dictionary of Body Language by Ju Navarro.
Yeah,
Oh man, this looks really good. Oh, and you mark it.
yeah,
He
yeah,
marked it out. That's impressive.
yeah. I read it front and back. I love it. And we can find these ideas in your own book, right?
Certainly. Yeah,
Yeah.
in my book, I also explain about those kind of techniques to be able to connect with the people.
And what is it called? Your
The,
book?
the power of connecting
The
from friends.
power of
Yeah,
connecting.
from friends to great leaders.
Wow.
But it's something that we can talk about in the
Uh,
future.
yeah, yeah. Let's bring it to our next episode.
Sure thing. Thank
Yeah,
you.
yeah. I'm sure the audience would like to know more about the podcast maker, and also, if possible, have something of their own relating to the podcast maker.
Certainly.
Right, right. That would be amazing, and you can find it on Amazon.
Yeah. Thank you so much for the promotion.
No worries. Now, communication. You talk a lot about communication.
Yeah.
What does it mean to be a good communicator for you?
A good communicator.
Mm-hmm.
by difference of what the people might think, it's
Mhm.
not about the one that speak the most. Is when you're trying to communicate, it's not the one that is saying the most beautiful and remarkable words, making expanding. Oh yeah, what a gorgeous, fantastic delight to speak. You don't need to use very difficult words actually to be a good communicator. And in fact, the good communicator is the one that hear 2 or 3 times more than what he say,
Ah, I see.
because that's very important. To be able to know what you're gonna communicate, you
Mhm.
need to first know
Mhm.
what is the people is listening you,
Mm.
what they think, what is their mentality, what is their habits, their stories,
Mhm.
to be able to comprehend and know what is the best things that you can express to be able to connect with them authentically.
Mhm. Mhm. That's great.
So yeah, and
Wow.
sometimes speak the most is the worst thing that you can do. Sometimes being in a basic but well structured way to communicate,
Mhm.
make it easy for everyone to comprehend you and know what you're expressing properly to avoid any misconception at the moment to communicate.
I see. How about being silent? Does it mean that it's a good way to communicate?
Actually, yeah, because let's take the example like a leader.
Mhm.
You want to be a great leader, you want to connect with the people, you want to lead and create a huge influence with them.
Mhm.
Most of the people think that to be the leader, you need to be the loudest in the room. But you don't need to be the loudest in the room to lead.
Mhm.
Actually, best leaders are the ones that knows when to keep quiet and in
Mm.
silence.
Mm. Can you give an example?
Yeah, you can see people might think that to lead you have to be extrovert, bold, loud,
Mhm.
and when you present be very intense.
Loss of
Yeah,
charismatic.
too much charisma and
Mm.
ha 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 ha. So, and if you were gentle, calm,
Mhm.
yeah, more introvert, then
Mhm.
maybe you're not made it for leading.
Mm.
However, that was never true.
Mhm.
Authentic leadership is not about the one that speak the most.
That's true.
It's actually the one that listen the deepest.
Mhm.
And that's very important
Mhm.
because you don't need to say too much to
Mhm.
create an authentic impact and have a presence. With
Mhm.
your silence,
Mhm.
you can generate inspiration. You
Mhm.
can create an authentic connection because you're listening.
I see.
You're not trying to say, "Hey, I'm here."
Mhm.
You're trying to say, "I'm here with you.
Mhm.
I listen you. I see you.
Mhm.
I hear you.
I
I care
understand.
about you."
Mm.
And that is authentic leadership.
I
And
see.
that's authentic connection and bonding when it's about a relationship.
Mm.
It's either professional, either in your romantic relationship or with your friends. When you do that,
Mhm.
you're becoming the authentic leader.
I
Even if
see.
you see somebody extrovert making the plans,
Mhm.
the one that actually lead is the one that first listen before to speak.
You have any real life example or maybe from a movie that people can have as a point of reference? Well, I do have. So when you were talking about being silent and powerful at the same time, it reminds me of characters in movies such as Thomas Shelby from the famous English crime series called Peaky Blinders.
Okay.
Yeah, he portrayed this introverted person, but he was a gang leader who made him something of himself, and he became a member of parliament, someone with real political influence and power. Now, I don't condone what he does in the movie, violent and
Yeah.
all of that, but his aura, his personality, his presence is very powerful. Sometimes even more powerful than a more a louder person.
Yeah,
And
actually, I can tell you about somebody who is in the real life
uh-huh, uh-huh.
that has this kind of power,
Mm-hmm.
and she's very famous actually.
Oh,
Oprah.
oh, Oprah. Oprah. But I thought Oprah is very, she's a talk show host, so she's used to being very extroverted, talking to a lot of guests.
Actually, you pay attention to her, she's no extrovert. She
Mm,
is the kind of woman that first listen before to talk. And
wow.
although yeah, she speaks because she's leader in the show, she's hosting the show. If you pay attention, you can see that she actually most of the time is quiet or use mirroring what the person is saying to pay attention what the guest is saying.
And people love her, right?
And she's an authentic leader. She's a huge influence.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody loves her,
Mm-hmm.
and they consider that she's a very influent person.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
she doesn't need to speak the most.
And she's very successful in life.
Very successful, and the only thing she needs to do is to listen,
Mm,
because the power of listening is more strong
it's
than the power of speaking.
that's true. Well, I have a little bit of a different opinion on that matter.
Oh yeah.
For me, words have a lot of meanings, but you have to be precise. You have to be articulate with your words.
Okay, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that speaking is not power.
Ah, yes.
Speak is very powerful.
Mm-hmm.
It's important. It's
Mm-hmm.
very essential in communication.
Mm-hmm.
But listening is gonna be always more powerful
Mm-hmm.
than speaking,
Mm-hmm.
because listening gives you the tools to know what to say.
Ah, excellent.
So it's not about that it's less important to speak. Of course, communication is important to know what to say, how to say it, the tone, the the words that you're gonna implement.
Mm-hmm.
But to know what kind of words or what kind of tone or what kind of topic you
Mm-hmm.
should bring up, first you need to know your people.
Mm.
So for that, you need first to listen. The people that speak first and listen later usually are the people that they know nothing and they try to pretend they know things.
Mm. Very pretentious. Yes.
The ones that are smart,
Mm-hmm.
those that are authentic leaders, first listen before to speak, because
Mm-hmm.
that person needs to care of what the people are interested about, what is their mentality, their vision, their thoughts, their experiences, and that's vital if you want to create an authentic influence with the others and authentic connection with them.
Mm, I see.
That's why I say that to in a good communication is listening twice or thrice the hearing that is speaking.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I understand. How about the power of observation,
Our observation is part of the listening.
right? Oh,
Yeah,
it's part of the listening.
yeah, because
Mm.
when you're listening, you're observing at the same time.
Mm. Mm. I see.
You can use the body language as well,
Mm-hmm.
but you also can listen what they're saying, because sometimes when they are speaking, you can analyze that if it's aligned with what they say about how they act,
Mm-hmm.
so you can find the congruence of the actions.
That's true.
So it's the same for be able to be a good observation in the person, to know if it's what they're saying is correct or not. It's very important to listen
Mm-hmm.
first.
Mm-hmm. I understand.
Of course, the presence, the vision is very important. The first impression usually is visual, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the authentic impression and the authentic observation is when you start to listen to that person.
I see. Do you have any personal experience regarding this topic?
Yeah. When I used to be a holistic therapist, as you know, when
Mm-hmm.
I was younger, and I had many patients that they were several times coming to me like trying to impress, trying to pretend something that I was not, or trying to tell me one thing, but actually their actions were saying the contrary.
Mm-hmm.
They were contradicting themselves, and
Mm-hmm.
it's a common thing
Mm-hmm.
actually. But yeah, as a therapist, to be able to know how to heal the people properly, to know how to help them,
Mm-hmm.
you need to pay attention first what they are saying,
Mm-hmm.
to eventually also see their body language
Mm-hmm.
and how they act. The way they act is tell you too much if it's alive of how they express themselves, if they really match each other with their mentality and actions,
Mm-hmm.
and that's very important to consider.
Wow. Very powerful. Very, very powerful.
Yeah, right.
Um,
Why do you think that we sometimes struggle to give others a full attention, for example?
well, it's hard to pin down to one or two reasons. Like my example earlier, it could be that they are occupied with something more urgent,
Yeah.
and for some, that urgent matters more than what's happening at the present moment. And no faults, like I said, to the person they are talking to, but sometimes those kind of distraction can happen, and those kind of matters can come into play and make someone not being able to fully pay attention to one another. And then also it comes also down to the reason of trust. To be able to pay full attention to someone, it takes a lot of trust. And I don't mean by okay, I trust you to help me with this or that, but it also come down to do do you trust me and I trust you to fully understand your story. And sometimes that's harder than people think. And I don't mean for anybody. I'm just saying as a general term. But for example, uh, I was talking with this guy, right, about a story, but I don't fully trust that he understand it completely. So for a brief moment in time, when that comes up or came up, sorry, grammar, English, so far,
Yeah,
it's not my first language.
no problem at all.
Yeah. When it came up, right, it made me lose attention just for a brief moment. And so, for that example, I could say that is one of the reasons why people could lose their full attention uh, towards someone else. And then the third reason I could think of is matter of time.
Matter of time.
Yes, matter of time. When we do something for too long, we can start to get sidetracked. For example, if me and you, we have been talking for 4 hours straight, for example, there will be moment in time where you or me could lose attention to one another, and that's not a bad thing. That's actually for I find that to be a good thing because it takes a lot of effort to do it. Regardless of my feeling toward you, for example, I like you as a friend and I like to spend time with you, but still talking with you for 4 hours straight
Well, I
is
think that'd be very tiring by
that's very
instance.
tiring, right?
Yeah.
So regardless of how we see each other as or how our relationship is or how we find the story of one another, time just factor in all kind of things.
Yeah, I think so. Even
Does
though,
is that answer okay to you?
yeah, you mentioned something very interesting actually.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that sometimes we're gonna get lost with what we're saying in the point,
Mm-hmm.
and we won't be able to understand 100% of what the people say.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I think we we're not even able to understand our own selves most of the time,
I
and
know,
that's because we're changing all the time.
I
Even
know.
you're not the same person that you were 10 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Uh, Even if we don't notice, we're changing all the time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Our mentality, our thoughts, our
Mm-hmm.
ideas, our visions.
Mm-hmm.
You guys go and take a look in the past of a year ago, and you see who you were last year, and comparing who you are right now. Maybe you could realize that you're not the same person as a year before.
Mm-hmm.
Every time we're changing, every time we're taking a different point of view, a different vision in our lives.
Mm-hmm.
So that also make it interesting and part of the diversity when we're trying to connect with others, because all the time we're evolving. I
Mm-hmm.
won't say that we're changing actually. I'll say that we're evolving
Mm-hmm.
all the time, and we're learning, getting experiences. And the beauty when you're here now listening to somebody
Mm-hmm.
is the fact that you can learn something new from somebody else, a different story, a different perception. For example, uh, you and I, you're from Vietnam, I'm from Mexico. We're from different cultures, different ideologies, different
Different
backgrounds,
continents, man.
different continents. Man, we're in the other side of the world of each other, and look at us tonight talking about
Yeah,
and
yeah.
sharing different points of view. Because
Uh-huh.
as you guys can see, we're not agreeing everything, or we
Mm-hmm.
have different perception in some points,
Mm-hmm.
and that doesn't mean that it's bad. And by contrary, it's perfect because thanks to that we're able to evolve each other,
Mm-hmm.
to complement each other.
Mm-hmm.
We're different personalities, different people, but at the same time we complement each other with different ideas that
Mm-hmm.
we're bringing out from our backgrounds or stories,
Mm-hmm.
and that's marvelous.
Yeah,
That's a beautiful feeling, man.
I know, right? And I love it. And we're gonna do an episode exploring our different cultures,
Oh,
right?
for sure, we will do it.
Right.
It's important. It's vital. It's part of the connections that
Uh-huh.
we are creating. Uh,
I'm
but
sure
yeah,
I'm sorry to cut you, but I'm sure the audience
how dare you?
would love to see a Mexican trying durian for the first
Oh man,
time.
that's gonna be an interesting thing to see one day.
Right? Why not? It's a type of fruit that either you love it or you hate it, and I can't wait to see your
Oh
reaction.
man, I'm willing to try it.
And I'm sure they cannot wait either.
I'm down. I'm down. But yeah, the beauty of have different cultures and backgrounds, and despite of we're tonight sharing our thoughts,
Mhm,
it's a feeling that I recommend you guys to try to do as much as you can with your closest ones, with your circle,
mhm,
even with new people. Try to connect, to understand what they're saying, not judging,
mhm,
no criticizing. It's just being there,
mhm,
present with that person,
mhm,
empathizing and
mhm,
comprehending what that person trying to explain or share to you.
mhm,
And that is the key to a success connection
mhm.
through the communication with others.
Does it have to be in person, face to face, to better connect with someone else?
Not necessarily. I recommend it more. I personally love or rather more to have a face-to-face conversation with somebody,
Mm-hmm.
especially when there is conflicts
Mm-hmm.
or there are some friction with that person. I rather to solve it face to face
Mm-hmm.
or in general. But yeah, also by text or by call or video call, you can do it
Mm-hmm.
as long you can have the opportunity to make that person feel connected. But I'm still recommending face to face is always the best because you cannot hide anything that way. Chatting, you can remove what you were about to say. You can make it looks beautiful. You have time to think about what you're gonna express. But I cannot see you, and also it can affect because maybe let's say I send a text to Terry about saying, "Hey, bro, the weather is not good today," and he could take it depending on his mood. He can
Mm-hmm.
say, "Oh, he's gonna think I'm saying laughing or judging or in bad mood." Depending his mood, he's gonna reflect him
Mm-hmm.
in my text,
Mm-hmm.
and it's not actually what I'm trying to mean. Even if you put faces, doesn't matter, or emojis. So always is way better if you say face to face with the person because you can see in their eyes what they're actually feeling,
Mm-hmm.
what they are actually thinking,
Mm-hmm.
and you can understand better the person. So it's just a recommendation. It's not a force rule, but yeah, every time you have the chance to connect with somebody, try to do it face to face because it's more deep.
Mm-hmm. The reason why I asked that question is because I actually have a personal story that, if you don't mind, I can share it.
Absolutely.
So, I have a friend in Toronto. Similarly to me, we were international student. I came to I came to Canada in Vancouver, and he came to Toronto. And we've known each other since high school.
Wow.
Yeah, and we have been in contact for since then. Even after we moved to Canada, and even though we don't stay in the same province, even we still talk and text on social media. But from what I feel from his text and chain of texting and calling is that he felt alone and he felt disconnected. And so in my free time, not too long ago, I actually flew to Toronto. First is for a vacation, but also second is to visit him. And that made him almost cry. And he told me that he'd been here for 3, 4 years and he couldn't connect with anyone.
It's hard.
Yeah, and it was very hard for him. And simply by the gesture of me showing up in Toronto and have a chat with him, not even in some fancy place. We went to a 7-Eleven. We bought ourselves a juice, right? I bought a Coke, he bought a juice, and we just sat outside of his home, and we talked for like 2 hours, and that helped him with his mental energy a lot because he was depressed. He was very sad. He was depressed. He stayed inside for a whole week, and not because he is introverted and prefer to be inside. That guy was a very extroverted person. He was very active in terms of exercising. We used to play basketball together, but because of just the loneliness and the disconnection from the day to day and having entirely new coaches to adapt to, new system of law, of livelihood, of language, even, it made him become a completely different person. And just by that, just by meeting him in Toronto and talk for 2 hours, and he was back. His smile was seen again. He laughed again. He had fun again. He started more to be more confident again, and he started to play sport again. And soon after he graduated, I believe he got a job at a fancy tech term or tech firm or something because he
Yeah.
studied IT. Um, and yeah, and his life now is very good. I would say he's in Germany now.
Oh,
I
nice.
would keep his name private for his own
Of course,
privacy.
of course.
But yeah, just by the simple fact of a face to face conversation, and at the end of the night, I gave him a hug, a brotherly hug, and said, "Oh, you're doing okay. You're fine, and you're figuring it out, and I'm also figuring it out. So you're not alone." And just by the fact that confirming that he was not alone, yeah, it brought him almost to tears.
Oh
A
man.
friend who I've known for close to a decade, was who never cried, who was very tough, very macho, very
Yeah.
muscular, almost brought to a point of tearing up, which was very powerful in my experience.
And that, man, is the power of connecting.
Mm-hmm. That's true. That's true.
When you authentically show somebody make feel that it's been seen,
Mm-hmm.
that you really notice his presence or her presence,
Mm-hmm.
you're creating there the authentic connection.
Mm-hmm.
It's not through beautiful words, it's through actions.
That's true.
And the fact that you went there to talk and listen to him
Mm-hmm.
is an authentic friendship. And that's be authentic, man. You've been there very authentic, a good friend, and you create a very positive impact with him.
Mm-hmm.
And when you do that, you change everything.
Yeah.
You change the whole game. So that's why it's very important to comprehend, especially here in Canada, people it's hard to make friends. It's hard to connect with others because this city push you to be all the time working, to afford rent, and you cannot even afford rent despite you have three works, three jobs, and you have three jobs for affording the rent, and you cannot even afford the rent. So,
I know.
so you're all the time
Mhm.
disconnected, and also it's very superficial in some areas. So, make authentic connections is hard,
Yeah.
and that's why you need to be so brave to be here.
Mhm.
And the fact that you comprehend that and you decided to go to see your friend and bring him back to what is the authentic connection in life, thanks to that, man, you saved his life. Now he's in German, you say, and now he's having a wonderful life.
Mhm.
And everything was made it because one day you decide go there to be a support for him,
Mhm.
and that changed the whole game.
Mhm.
I Congrats for that, man. No,
Oh, thank
everybody's that
you.
impressive. That's really impressive, and something I invite to everybody to try to do, to always with their friends value them, to comprehend that sometimes people can be struggling, can be passing through a really bad moment, especially as immigrants, that many people we are here.
Mhm.
And the fact that you take part of your time to be present for somebody else, that's the most valuable thing that you can do.
Mhm. Mhm.
So,
Thank you.
yeah, thank you for being a wonderful friend, man. That's
Uh,
really admirable.
yeah, I remember on my birthday, um, we still use Facebook. We old people. He wrote on my page that happy birthday to the one person who supported me when I needed the most. It was very beautiful, and I love that.
Oh, man.
It was a very nice gesture from him, but it just also showed that it mattered to him. A friend of mine since high school, right? Both came to Canada, different country, different world, different continent, different people, and yeah, yeah,
It's a different world, man.
yeah.
And only brave people
Mm-hmm.
take the decision to go to a different country
Mm-hmm.
alone,
Mm-hmm.
starting by zero, no friends, no family,
Yeah,
nothing,
yeah.
no a well economy,
Mm-hmm.
your yourself,
Mm-hmm. Just
and
yourself.
and you need to be so brave because you also gonna have to face your own demons being alone.
Yes, yes.
And if you are able to do that, if you are able to face your own demons, to dare to face your own self, who you really are,
Mm-hmm.
then you're gonna be able to connect authentically with others because you're gonna be authentic. And be authentic is something very important. If you're not authentic, you're trying to fake just to fit in the society or to make feel comfortable to others, you won't be happy never in your life.
Do you have any advice on how to be authentic?
Yes, be brave.
Mm-hmm.
Be brave. Because it's about to have courage to do it because you're scared. If you know, sometimes you might think that if you are not authentic, people will judge you. You won't have friends. People will keep distance with you, and it's true. But actually, the ones that are gonna keep the distance is people that you don't want in your life, and that's why I invite you to be brave and put a step up onto toward your authenticity to who you really are. And I know. Be brave is no, it doesn't mean the absence of be scared. Be brave means to understand that there are things more important than that fear, to be judged, to be attacked by society. That doesn't matter. You're amazing as you are. You don't need to think about those kind of things. Uh, and it is true that the brave people, they don't live too long in the life, but people who let take over the fear on their lives, they don't even live. So yeah.
I agree with that. I don't think they actually live. I actually think that they're trying to survive.
Indeed,
Yeah.
it's to not being authentic, you're gonna be miserable, and it's like surviving life. You're
Mm-hmm.
not living.
Mm-hmm.
You're not experimenting the authentic present
Mm-hmm.
because you're more focused on try to impress or fit with other kind of circle that doesn't match with you,
Mm-hmm.
and that's not cool at all. So yeah, authenticity and listening,
Mm-hmm.
comprehending and empathizing with the others is the key
Mm-hmm.
to create the beginning. Is the beginning
Mm-hmm.
for be able to create a authentic connection with others. So I just gonna give you this question, guys. When was the last time that someone felt truly heard by you?